the order of analysis and what kind of analysis can be made in the Bi-Wall software. I will show you just the general overview, and in the next lessons we will discuss each type of these analysis separately. Let's go. Here we go. If we look into our software and all the tabs that are available there, you'll see that there are very many of them, but they are based on different types of information and data. So let's begin from the beginning. Number one, the integral analysis can be made in the Bi-Wall software without any reference to any medical system or Oriental or Western, doesn't matter. This is the fingers tab, where you just see the emission of the fingers, and energy field, where you can see just the overall glow. This is the visual analysis, right? Partially, you can see also the actual emission here in the organs energy tab. So this is visual analysis that can be made in these tabs. Another, the visual analysis is applied and made on these tabs. We have the integral parameters that are listed on analysis tab here, stress, energy, and balance parameters that you can analyze, and they are not related to any actual system. It's just the overall assessment of the glow. How curvy is the glow? It's stress. How big is the glow? It's energy, and the difference between left and right is disbalance. So they are not related to any system, and if you make a scan in a stress scan mode, the only two parameters that you see are stress and energy. So if you don't like Oriental medicine, Ayurveda, TCM, Sujok, etc., so still you can use Bi-Wall for analysis of stress, energy, and balance. So this is one level of interpretation that can be done, the integral parameters. There are also our innate, our own Kirlian photography Bi-Wall GDD parameters. If you go to the fingers and you click on any of them, you will find that there are a lot of parameters here, like size of the image, ellipse dimensions, area synergy C, the inner noise percentage, contour length, radius, entropy, and form coefficient. Actually, the way you need to work with these parameters, what to do with them, etc., is discussed in the expert level of Bi-Wall education. It's not yet time for you to take care about all these numbers, so begin from the beginning. But there are parameters that can be potentially used by you to do the interpretation, scientific and research, evaluation, and this is a profound level. In some of the cases, there are no norms even to do the analysis, so it's much more complicated. Second thing, the biggest layer in our software is based on the acupuncture point approach. So if you take the fingers tab and you see the intersection of each finger, these sections, sectors, and some fingers there, 7 of them, etc., it is based on Sujok, as we have discussed earlier. And by analyzing the parameters of each sector, our software can calculate lots of stuff. So the Yin tab, the organs energy, balance tab, energy diagram, area diagram, teeth, vertebrae, and even doshas are all based on this intersection. Energy field also, you see the highlight sectors when I move the mouse. This is also the same sectors on the fingers. You can click on any of them and you will see which finger and which sector this glow is taken from. Lifestyle, again, based on the same information, same intersection. That's where the software makes for you some analysis, and again, it's based on fingers tab. This is 90% of our software is based on these sectors that you see on the fingers tab. But for example, if we talk about the chakras or nervous centers, this tab is the only tab that is based on another concept. So the sectors that are taken into consideration for each of these nervous centers or chakras is different from the one that you can see here on the fingers tab. So this is Ayurvedic approach, while this is the Sujok and our research acupuncture point system approach. Here it's different. So the psychological analysis is based on this Ayurvedic approach, and more than 20 years ago, this program was made with the help of Ayurvedic doctors. So it's a separate approach, separate interpretations, separate way of interpretation. So these all things that I have shown you are different ways you can refer to the analysis. The Ayurvedic in the nervous centers and chakras, well, partially in doshas, it's also based on Ayurvedic approach, but from the angle of acupuncture point systems. One more tab that we have in our software, but it's not related to your fingers at all. It's just an additional information about the person. If you have the birthday of the person set in the card, then the software will calculate for you those 3 biorhythms, the physical, emotional, and intellectual cycles. The concept is that in different days, you have more functional activity of each cycle, in some days less. So the idea is to pay attention to those days where multiple, 2 or even 3 of these cycles are high, or for example, see here. So in this case, in the beginning of January, all 3 were low. It's not based and it's not connected to the fingers at all. It's connected to your birthday. It's just an interesting concept that you may take into your consideration if you want to. By the way, if you want to know more about any tab in our software, there is an information button at the top right corner of every tab where you can click and read what it is based on. There's more information about some of the tabs and less information about others. While here you may see more text. On the biorhythms, that's less. In analysis, that's much more text, and hints and norms, etc. So these are the main approaches to the analysis. So we name them. The visual analysis can be made here. It's our own alien photography by Welltype. The parametric analysis can be made based on the acupuncture point system and based on the chakral or nervous center system. Then we can make our own biorhythms analysis, and we can make the analysis of our internal GDV parameters like integral, like stress and energy balance, that are available in the stress scan mode, in one finger mode. If you go to statistics, you will see lots of parameters here for each sector, etc. That's it about each of the tabs and what to do on each tab and where to look, what to analyze. We will talk in next lessons. Thank you for watching this video.